December can be a tough month to keep your students focused, but what if I told you there's a simple trick that you can use this month to make your students beg to do writing? Well, stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to break down how you can use writing prompts to encourage your students to actually love writing right before the holiday break. If you've been here for a minute, you know that I love talking about Daily 5, and work on writing is such a big part of that because it causes teachers a lot of stress. And as a former kindergarten and first grade teacher and now fifth grade teacher, I've seen the whole spectrum of K through 5, and I can tell what works and what doesn't work in my 11th year of teaching. And if you remember my story, I've told a few times, but if you're new here, I used to get so stressed out by work on writing. It would seriously give me almost hives because kids weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. And I don't think I've ever told this story before, but during a conference, during one of my first years teaching, I had students have a notebook that they would use during work on writing. And so instead of writing prompts, they just would have a notebook and they would go write. I would model a little bit, but honestly, it wasn't the writing instruction time, and I was a new teacher, so I was a little bit overwhelmed. And I wasn't really checking in on their notebooks as much as I should have been. So I go to pull a notebook out during a conference, and I see a kiddo had written a not so nice word, and they were just trying out some different types of words inside of their notebook. Nothing nefarious. Kids are kids, but that's the last thing you want to pull out during a parent-teacher conference. You want to show off your students' writing, show that they're being creative, and that's one of the things I love about Daily 5's work on writing is when your students know what to do, they will have amazing pieces of writing that have nothing to do with the regular writing time. And that's intentional for me as a teacher. I really want students to actually like writing, and some of them naturally do. I'm sure you have students like that really do enjoy the writing process, but many of them don't. And I've noticed over the last few years, stamina has started to dwindle. The more we have iPads in kids' hands, the less likely they are to want to sit down and write something. But when we give them the creative license to do so, they're more engaged and they have more fun with it. So with writing prompts, especially during the weeks leading up to a holiday break, you can encourage your students to pick different prompts and just go for it. They don't have to be holiday themed, and I'll show some of those here today in this video so you can see. Some of them are holiday themed, some of them are not. They're just more themed for the month, but you can have different prompts for each day so that students are engaged in the writing process and have something different to look forward to. And I promise you, if you forget to put the prompts up at one time, say you're going back to your teacher table and you're getting your book club ready, you forgot to put it up on the smartboard or clear touch, whatever your school uses, a student will remind you. And that is one of the jobs you can actually give. If you have a teacher helper, I like to have just one teacher helper. They can be in charge of taking the Daily 5 chart and putting that back up and then swapping it back to the writing prompts once they know where they're going for that choice. Even in December, kids still like to look at the chart and see where their choices are. They don't have it memorized, they rely on it, so that's fine. So that can be one of your jobs so that you don't have to continually do that. The writing prompts come in so many different varieties though. I've tested them out in kindergarten and found out that just one prompt was great because kindergartners don't need a lot of choices at this point because they're learning how to write. And there is some differentiation that's going to go on. So some of your kindergartners will be drawing a picture, and that's what they can handle right now. They might be at the stage where they're labeling the picture. Some might be trying out a few words and need a sentence starter. For example, I like snowmen. Let's just use that one. And some might need to trace over that, and then they can add on to the sentence. So in the kindergarten writing prompts, I've made those completely separate so that those kindergarten teachers can have differentiation and have that just completely separate. I taught kindergarten and first grade together, but then I taught kindergarten separate, and I learned a lot from that experience. And writing was always a stressful time, except when I had a plan. And so work on writing is a great time to have that. You'll have quite a few pieces of writing from your students that you can show at conference time that just shows their engagement and their level of creativity that maybe we couldn't quite squeeze out of them during the actual writing class time. For first and second grade, there's still a little bit of differentiation. Having one prompt seemed to be the most appropriate as well. When we give too many choices, sometimes then we choose not to write at all. So the prompts during Daily 5 are meant to guide students. They don't have to use them. I've mentioned this before. You might have a student that's really into creative writing and doesn't need a prompt or want one at all. Some students might even use a prompt as an example and then create their own from there, which is really cool to see. And if you're checking in on them every week, if you're collecting the pages that come with the writing prompts, then you could check them and give them feedback and then put some in their folder for parent-teacher conferences. Or if they have a notebook and they're just copying them down, the prompt from the smartboard, then you could collect the notebooks at the end of the week. And that's typically what I do, is have a day that I check in. I usually like Fridays for that, and I'm checking to see what they've written, give them some feedback, put a sticker on there. They like to see that you've read what they're writing, and that's a great time for you too, because a lot of students will say, I want you to read what I wrote, but then you have a set aside time for that because you can't always be doing that during Daily 5 because you are pulling your book clubs. So for first and second grade, they can still draw the picture. That's completely appropriate. You might even have some first graders that are still really struggling with actually writing a sentence. And so there's some differentiation there. And you, as the teacher, the expert of your own students, can decide how you want to use those writing prompts. I've had some upper elementary teachers even ask for the writing prompts in lower grades so that they could completely differentiate for their students who were performing at a lower level. So it's up to you how you differentiate them. For third, fourth, and fifth grade teachers, I came across the idea of just 3 prompts, and that being a little bit more enticing for our upper elementary students, knowing that they could choose from one and giving them that autonomy. Something I love about fifth grade versus when I taught the lower grades is that they're more independent and they do work well with choice, not giving them a million choices, but 3 on every day. And again, if you like to have them printed ahead of time and students can just grab the page and follow along with the smartboard, that works really well too. Or they can have the notebook. You can offer them both choices too. Some kids really like to have their whole writer's notebook, everything together. So it just depends on what you prefer as the teacher. Now, remember, these prompts will definitely engage, but they also do have some holiday themes during the month of December. I have the entire year completely planned out. So if you're anything like me, and you really like to know what you're doing for an entire year, you can grab the entire bundle, the year-long bundle, and save more money with that. If you want to test them out for 1 month at a time, you can test them out for 1 month. So they're all individually separate, and I'll leave a link in the description box below and you can check them out. But I hope in this video that you were able to see how I use the prompts, how students engage with them, some examples of what they look like, and how they could really impact your Daily 5 time. And if you don't do Daily 5, but you're looking for a creative writing spin to your day, maybe it's an enrichment group or something you're doing during RTI, this would be a perfect addition to your classroom so that you could have some options for students who are struggling to come up with ideas. And it's always in your back pocket, and you don't have to stress about what am I going to do today for writing. And most of them either have a narrative spin, an opinion writing spin, or an informational spin. And I know those are usually the 3 things that we focus on when we teach writing in elementary school. So again, find them in the description box below and let me know how you're liking them. You can always send me a DM over on Instagram and chat it up. I love talking to you and getting to know you over there. And I'm so excited that it's almost winter break, and I think that you will be too with this plan for work on writing. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.